Good morning, y'all. Welcome back. Another episode of Morning Cup of Motivation. That's where it's at this morning. So, a thought just crossed my head as I'm driving to work. Got about another hour and a half ahead of me, which fucking sucks, but here it is. Almost 5 in the morning. So, the thought that's been on my mind this morning is I see so many people, specifically young people of this younger generation, similar to those that I talked about in the last episode, the last video, if you will. The younger generation that just wants to be like everybody else, or like somebody else, that doesn't want to fucking work hard for their money, that wants to go buy Bitcoin and this cryptocurrency shit and all this other whatever. So I got to thinking. I mentioned in the last video that I work hard during the week, and then I come home and I work on different projects and things like that. Over the weekend, I stay busy, right? I stay hooked up. I maintain my high level of work ethic. But I think one thing I want to really drive home is the fact that it's not about me. It's not about me at all. In fact, I really hate telling people that I wake up early in the morning and I go to work and I work my ass off and then I come home. I do that for 4 or 5 days straight, and then I work on the side doing other projects. I really hate to describe that to people because every time I do, it comes across as arrogant. And I don't mean like to other people because fuck their opinion, but I mean to me, it sounds like I'm being arrogant about myself, and I hate that. But the point I want to get across is I see a lot of people that specifically are younger that are trying to mock or mimic these famous people, these celebrities, these successful people. I won't go into any details or anything, but there's one individual that I actually listen to every once in a while. He's pretty motivational, has a lot of good material, but overall, several times I've heard this guy say, about how he wakes up at 4 a.m., goes and works out, goes and eats a big breakfast, and he goes and does successful shit. Okay, that's good. I think that motivates somebody somewhere. I mean, sometimes it motivates me when I'm feeling down, whatever. But here's the thing. I think my suggestion for people that are following that routine or that type of lifestyle because one person said it or two people said it, understand this and listen very closely when I say this. If you're waking up early in the morning, and if you're going to work out early in the morning, and if you're coming back and you're eating a big, good, hearty breakfast, and then you're going to work, and then you're working your ass off all day, if you're doing things like that, you damn sure better be doing them for you, not because somebody else on YouTube that had some motivational music behind their fucking PowerPoint presentation told you to do it. Stop being a follower. Okay, consider this. I guarantee you, because I've done it myself, I'm living proof that if you wake up early and go work out and then come back, eat your big breakfast, go to work, be successful, blah, 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 work hard, and if you do it for your own reasons, you're going to be a hell of a lot happier than you would be if you do it because someone on the YouTube told you to do it, because that's what made them successful. Nobody gives a fuck. Okay, this is what really upsets me, and this is why I don't try to watch a whole lot of them. But there's videos online of these people that say, I get up at 4 a.m. and I go work out for 6 hours, and I come back and eat 4,000 calories, and then I do like 400 push-ups, and then I go work a 10-hour shift, and I'm in bed by 6 o'clock, and I'm successful as fuck and you will be too. Like, no. That's not how that works. The same shoe doesn't fit every person. You can't walk into fucking Walmart and pick a random pair of shoe and expect it to fit you every single time. That's just not how that works. Everybody is different. These people that are putting these motivational videos out, such as you should do this or I do this, with the underlying imposition of you should actually do this to be successful. Those kind of people, they're either doing one of two things. They're either bragging or they're trying to motivate you to the point where you want to do that same thing, which can have a good connotation to it. Here's the problem I have with it. The whole point, the whole industry of movies, TV show, social media, influencing, things like that, the whole motive is to change your mode of thinking. Now, I know this sounds like some fucking Illuminati conspiracy shit, but hear me out. The whole point is to change your thinking. You know, when I was younger, I remember watching a movie. It didn't matter what the fuck it was. It didn't matter if it was a comedy, romantic movie, fucking horror movie, action movie. Not so much horror movie, but you get my point. And whatever the movie was about, I would mimic or try to do the shit that was in the movie after I got done with it. And now that could have been my, adolescent brain just thinking that they could do whatever it wanted to, and I could just be whoever I wanted because I watched a movie. But that's where it starts, right? How many of you guys have watched a movie or started watching movies when you were kids? Or I guess, hell, nowadays, how many of you guys have had social media since you were kids, right? Because that's a fucking thing. The point is, it's set out to influence you. It's set out to influence your mind. That's why they call people, these big famous fucking people on social media influencers. Because that's what they do. They influence your mind. They influence your motives. So that's why it pisses me off whenever somebody's like, oh, I want to be like this guy or that guy, and they're rich as fuck, or they're successful as fuck, or they're buff, or they're in shape, and they're pulling pussy like, left and right. Like, okay, stop for a second. Again, if you're killing yourself to get up at 4 a.m., go work out for an ungodly amount of hours, go eat a big fucking breakfast. That's probably more calories than I consume in one day because I'm too goddamn busy working my ass off to actually fucking eat. And you're going to a job that you probably fucking hate, but you're trying to convince yourself because some big star on fucking Instagram has taught you that no matter what your job is, you should be happy. Go to that job, and it fucking drives you crazy and you fucking hate it, but you're still trying to get through it because, that's what the guy on YouTube told you to do. Put your nose to the grindstone, even if you hate your job. And then you're going to go home and you're going to go to sleep early because you have to go to sleep early to wake up, right? So now you're going to be losing sleep. Now your fucking mental state is going to be altered. Now you're going to be completely fucked. If you're killing yourself to do that, you better be doing it for the damn right reasons and not become some big buff motherfucker on YouTube or Instagram or whatever the hell told you to do it. Don't fucking do that because of somebody else. We need to understand, and I speak to the younger generation and even some of the older ones because they haven't caught on for whatever the fuck reason. Stop trying to change to be someone else, or stop trying to change to be like someone else. If you're going to change for you. The most consistent thing that I see out there nowadays is that if somebody is following someone else's routine to the T, for example, just like I mentioned, someone on social media does this, so I feel like I should do this. If those people are following those routines, more than likely they're trying to be at that person's level, if not greater, which means they're trying to be like them, which means they don't know who they're going to be. They haven't found themselves yet. The most mature, the most squared away fucking people out there are the ones that are kind of odd. They're a little different. They're probably a little quiet. But they get the job done and they just go do their thing and they go about life and they don't give a fuck about any sort of influence or opinion on their life because they've already got their shit figured out for the most part. They don't have to sit there and watch an hour-long fucking motivational video every morning just to be able to make it to fucking work and not, bash their brain on the fucking steering wheel. Now, I'm not saying this isn't really even a motivational talk as much as it is just spitting the truth out there. But the point is, stop trying to change to be like somebody else and just let you be you. Let yourself get into your own routine. Yeah, don't get me wrong, these healthy changes are very important. If you wake up like a fucking shitbag at 11 o'clock every morning, you're always late to work, you're always eating like shit, you're always getting home and fucking partying, going to bed at 10 o'clock and getting up fucking 11 p.m. and you're like, dragging your ass to work, like, there's a problem and you probably need to address that, fix it. I'm not saying social media is terrible and the fact that you can go on there and, you can go on there and get life tips like, hey, maybe don't be a shitbag. Nobody's going to tell you that on Instagram. That's why I'm here. Don't be a shitbag. Get up a little earlier. Try to make it to work on time. Hell, try making breakfast at home. I'm not no fucking Gene Autry or whoever the fuck that exercise guy was. Gene Simmons, is that right? Anyway, who the fuck cares? I'm no health nut, but for sure, I drink way too many 30 packs in a week to fucking be a health nut. But the point is, you would be surprised how effective having breakfast in the morning is. Even if it's probably not that healthy. I'm not advocating for unhealthy food. Do I eat it? Fuck yeah. It's good as shit, right? But I don't advocate for it. I'm just saying, little things like that. If you wake up early in the morning, make some fucking breakfast, like, one, you're going to feel better about yourself. Two, you're going to be not hungry as much later on. I mean, it's, simple fucking common sense there. So it's just little things like that. Don't be afraid to go on social media after listening to this and be like, oh, well, I can't watch this guy because he's going to want to make me be like him or her or whatever. Don't fucking do that. First of all, it leads to an unrealistic sense of reality. Most of these people, let me just tell you this, let me clear this up for you, in case you didn't know. Most of these people, these fitness stars, these successful motherfuckers, these super rich people that probably came from nothing, just like the state you might be in right now, that might have worked a shitty job and did this and did that, didn't make enough money, blah, 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 came from the same state you are in right now, A lot of those times, those people figured out how to rise above themselves and work hard, blah, blah, blah. But most of the time, there's only those few people online that are preaching this, that are like, you too can be like me. Those motherfuckers either hit it rich somehow, they got lucky, or it's a genetic thing. You can't tell me everybody's going to be like the next Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's just not how that shit works. I promise you that's not how that works. Why? Because there's only one Arnold Schwarzenegger. There's only one this or that. There's only one Warren Buffett. Dude's fucking rich as hell. I don't think he knows how much money he has. But it's either luck or it's extreme skill. Now, I'm not saying those aren't attainable. I'm not saying you can't sharpen your skill level or improve your chances at being successful in life. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is stop letting social media influence your shit. That's just my suggestion. Now, I'm never going to sit here and be like, you have to do this, or you have to do that. Like, motherfucker, this isn't a cult. Okay. First of all, that's a terrible fucking leadership skill. If you have I'm going to tell you right now, y'all, it gets me on a little bit different tangent, but if you have a boss at work that's like, you got to do this, you got to do that, and they're always on your fucking ass, and they're never appreciating you, fucking quit your job. Fucking quit your job. Call me. I will give you something to do, and I will pay you. This is fucking ridiculous. Nobody has to fucking do that shit. Nobody should deal with that shit. You know, it's funny. One of the more successful people that I follow, I mean, by follow, I mean, like, I keep up with. I don't fucking, you know, figure out what size shoe they wear and wear the same one, even though it doesn't fit. Like, I don't do that shit. I don't lick their fucking boots. But one of the more successful people that I pay attention to had told the story one time, and I'll wrap this up afterwards. He was working at a ball bearing factory, and I'm sure you guys are familiar with the story. If you are, leave a comment in the below. I'm curious to see how familiar you guys are with, you know, some of my stuff that I follow. But anyway, this young man at the time turned into be a world-class athlete because he was working at a ball bearing factory or ball bearing plant, whatever you want to call it, for either his father or his father-in-law. Okay, and he had heard about an event several miles away that he would have had to fly to, and he really wanted to compete in this event. Now, granted, if you're working in any sort of factory or plant or blue-collar job, you're probably not going to make a shit ton of money. So he heard about this event and he said, I want to go. I've got to fucking go. I'm going to go there and I'm going to win some money. I'm going to fucking win the whole thing. I'm not just going to win like second or third place, fourth place. I'm going to win first fucking place. That's the only option. So he clocks out of work, takes all the money out of his banking account, every fucking penny that he had out of his banking account, flew to that town, won the fucking event, and years later became a 2-time world champion in that event. Yes, okay, it takes some risk. It takes some balls. Not ball bearings, but it takes some balls to accomplish things in life that others can't accomplish without taking the same risk. Now, am I saying quit your job tomorrow because you think you can go and make it big somewhere else? If you think you can, fucking do it. I'm not advocating that. If you have a good job and you're good where you're at and you can still follow your dreams on the side, do that shit. Don't be a dumbass and quit your fucking job because you think you can go out and be the next fucking Mariah Carey or whoever the hell. Don't do that. Don't be a dumbass. But if you think that is what you want to do for the rest of your fucking life, and there's something getting in the way of that, move that obstacle. Okay? A lot of people ask me, well, why do you work 5, 6, 7 days a week? Because you motherfuckers don't pay me. My boss pays me. The man I report to pays me. Yeah, don't get me wrong. I love spending quality time with people. I do. Like, my tight circle, man. My people are my people. But don't think for a fucking second that I won't go to work if I have the option. Because that motherfucker on the end of that line pays me. Y'all don't. And it's nothing against my friends or nothing against my circle or my people or anything like that. But that's the mindset I'm trying to push along to you guys, is that if they don't pay you, they're probably not fucking worth it. Now, yes, cherish the people that are around you. Cherish the people that contribute to your success, that help you, that bring you up, that motivate you, and are honest about their opinions of you, that don't sit there and kiss your ass. Keep those people around because they're going to help you at the end of the day. Those are the people that you got to love. That's the people you really just got to keep a strong hold on to. So I'm not saying tell them to go fuck themselves because of your job. That's not, no. Okay, because you can always go get a different job, right? But at the end of the day, my understanding and my realization came from the fact that those motherfuckers aren't going to pay me. And if you have good friends, if you have good people, they're going to understand that you're just trying to make your bills. If you're stretched thin that month, they should already know that shit. Not because you're trying to get money off them or like whatever, trying to get a fucking handout, but like because they're your friends. If you want to call yourself a friend to somebody, you got to be willing to go through the same shit that they're going through with them. And vice versa. So that's where my explanation of that comes from. My people right now, they understand, hey, you got to go make money. Like, we get it. you're stretched thin this month. Like, whatever. Go make your fucking money, dude. So, it goes back to saying, work your ass off, yes. Sharpen your skill set, absolutely. If it takes 3, 4, 5 job changes, okay. Pick something you want to fucking do. Chase that shit. Otherwise, you're just waking up for no reason. If you're not chasing something, you're sitting still. And if you're sitting still, you're getting stagnant. If you're getting stagnant, you're boring as fuck. Nobody wants to look at you. You're like a fucking lake that hasn't moved. Or a little pond on somebody's property. And nobody's fished in. Nobody's fucking stirred the water every once in a while. Nobody's filtrated that. So you're just green. You have fucking algae growing on top of you. Because you're always doing the same shit. Every day. Boring as fuck. Not influencing other people. You're not doing anything with your life. So don't be that little pond, man. Be that fucking river. It's constantly flowing. Constantly changing. It's clean. It's fucking natural. It sweeps people away. That whenever they look at you like those social media influencers. But now you can say, hey, whoa, hold the fuck up. Don't you dare try to be like me. Be better than me and be yourself. That's all I got for y'all. Hope you guys have a good day. I'm going to try to finish this drive out. Finish my cup of freedom here that I got in my lap. I've already spilled it on my legs. I fucking burned for like 2 miles. So that was fun. But you know what? I'm still going to go to work. And I still got a bunch of shit to do today. And I probably won't go to bed till about 10 o'clock. Just because I'm going to be busy as fuck all day. So, it's what it is. Catch y'all later on the next Morning Cup of Motivation / Truth Spittin / Morning Cup of Fruit.